Ito na, sabi.
Okay, maybe.
That's it. This is your sticker. Put it on so we can see it. Like this. And that's it. After the tour you can. We will start a few minutes after 11.
Hello.
Hello, you booked online?
Yeah,
Yeah, did you receive a number on your email? First name?
Dennis.
Dennis.
Cristiano.
Where are you from?
Philippines.
Huh?
But we're from Philippines, but we're working in Italy.
Okay. Okay. Where are you staying?
At Hostel 24.
And where did you hear about this store? From the hostel.
From here.
Okay, good. This is your stickers. Put it on so we can see them.
Okay.
And we will start a few minutes after 11.
Thank you.
In a few minutes.
Yeah, we're waiting here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. A short one.
You will be in a group and we will start in that shape there. Okay, so just follow me.
Yeah, okay, great. I didn't bring him.
Okay, so you will be my group and we're gonna start in that street over there. We're gonna find a shape, yes? Hello everyone, how are you?
Fine.
Good, yeah, ready to walk a little bit?
Yo.
Good. First of all, let me officially welcome you to our beautiful little city, Ljubljana, capital of Slovenia, and of course, welcome to the Ljubljana Free Tour, a part of the international free tour community. My name is Ania. I was born and raised here in Ljubljana, so welcome to my city. I'm a licensed tourist guide, and I will be your guide for the next 2 or something hours, depending on how many questions you have during the tour. In general, the tour will begin here, then we go with it when the last ice age melted off the Alp mountains, just north of town. The inhabitants of the time were called pile dwellers because they lived in small wooden houses built on piles above the water, something like Venice today, but version 1.0. As you can guess, they're mostly farmers and fishermen using long, hollowed-out canoes to move around. Different tribes came and went during this time, but in general things were quite stable. The first big thing to happen was the arrival of the Romans, who came here around the time of Christ and established a small military post called Emona. Because of its unique position, and I will talk about it later, it quickly grew into an affluent and vibrant town with about 5,000 military officers and tradesmen living in great pattern town with running water, sewage, markets, and even spas. It was also an important resting point for travelers crossing the continent, and it lasted for about 500 years until 452, when Attila the Hun burned it down on his way to Rome. For the next 100 years, we have a bit of a gap in our history until the arrival of the first Slavic tribes in the 6th century. These are the ancestors of modern-day Slovenes. At first they were ruled by the Avars, but then quickly went independent, and for the next 100 years we ruled ourselves in a democratic state called Carantania. Regretfully, that was pretty much the last time we ruled ourselves, as from the 7th century onward we were under foreign rule. It began with the Avars and Bavarians, then the Franks, but most importantly we were the Habsburgs, aka the Austrian Empire. They came here in 1282, but slowly began ruling from the 14th century until after World War I. That's about 650 years of Austrian rule. So if Ljubljana kind of reminds you of Little Vienna, no. Also, the architectural styles are highly influenced by the Austrians. Although we do have many styles, I would say two are predominant. The old town on that side of the river is mostly Baroque, as it was rebuilt after an 18th century fire, and Baroque was the...
Dapat ganyan talaga. May payong kayo.
was more of a crossroads, and it only gained its present appearance after the 1895 earthquake when major reconstruction took place. Today, it is named after that guy, Franz Prešeren. He's our national poet. You can see his name on the flag as well. Now, the very fact that Slovenia has chosen to put a statue of its national poet in the main square and not a general on a horse already tells you a lot about our people. Out of the window,
Capito.
that's Julia. So now we can look at her for eternity. I don't know if that's a good thing, but yeah. Now, some of you pointed at the woman above him. That's not Juliet, who do you think that is? Should be his wife, right? She's holding a stick ready to beat him up. And that's simply his muse, a mythological Greek character of artistic inspiration. He was a poet, artist and musician, so he has a muse. But there used to be a problem with this muse. If you look closely, you can see this is called the Hauptmann's house, also named after its original owner, Mr. in the square, because it is the only one that survived the 1895 earthquake. It was also built in mid-17th century, but by the Augustine's order, not the Franciscans. But the Augustine's order got into conflict with the Pope, and later on in the 18th century, the church was handed to the Franciscan order, because they were much closer to Vatican in its beliefs at the time. So when the Franciscans came,
Ha? No, meron na pupunta yung iba. Vai, Nido, dove vai? Vieni qua.
these found themselves in a dilemma. They wanted to destroy the old bridge and make a bigger one that could hold all this traffic. It was at that point that they called a certain architect, whose name you will hear time and time again on this tour. His name is ljubljana. Has anyone heard of him before?
Nauna na tayo matatapos, sakto. Oo, alas 11 nag-umpisa eh. Kaya sakto, uwi muna tayo. Bakit? Eh, ganun talaga, nag-hiking sila dito eh.
Stop daar gewoon zo. Ja, dan.
Yung bag mo Mido ah.
Even groter.
Non lo so. Non lo so. Baka may dragon sila noon dito. Ganun.
Go to that bridge.
Ah, okay.
Isma, non passano le persone, vieni qui all'ombra.
You can go to this and you can see all of the trees.
Magkano? No.
Romantic bridges in the world. Welcome to Ljubljana's Butcher's Bridge.
Butcher's Bridge.
Yeah. It was named after an old bridge that stood nearby in medieval ages that had butcher stalls on it. So that's where the name comes from.
Okay.
Now this bridge, as you can see, is quite modern, but the plans for its construction were made about 70 years ago when this long structure on both sides was built with this big gap in the middle. The architect, Jože Plečnik, of course, wanted to create a covered bridge to extend the market area to the other side of the river. So, but he ran out of funds, he ran out of money, so for the next 70 years we were left just with the balcony right here. This bridge was built in 2010 and it looks very different from Plečnik's original design. The only thing that stayed the same was the disproportional width of the bridge, and there's a reason behind it. Plečnik believed that in order for our city to prosper, we need to have a lot of public squares where people can socialize and converse. This is why he designed a lot of his bridges very wide, not only as a crossing point over the river, but also as a square above the water. This is why this one also has